Hey folks! Welcome back to Let's Play Minecraft. I'm your host, CPC Gamer, and I've developed a death wish since the last episode, which means that today, we're going to build a portal to the Nether. And I might as well, I with all that hassle to get the materials in the last episode. So, to do this, we require the 14 obsidian blocks we picked up last time, as well as flint and steel, which you make with 1 flint and 1 steel. And then we make a brief diversion so we can hunt a creeper before it explodes and ruins everybody's fun. Wouldn't that be typical? I get this far and then I die 40 seconds into a video. Or put a crater in my home base. That's something else I could do. Let's get rid of you. And we'll fix that later, I think, because I really want to just get this portal built. So, for the Initiate and Unlearned, the Nether is another world you go to that... Okay, so the internal map ID is Hell, so that should give you some indication of what we're looking for. Now you get there by building an obsidian gate, at least 4 by 5 blocks in size, and then setting fire to it, and then stepping through. That's what the flint and steel is for. It starts fires. There we go. Now, despite being ready to go, and the Nether not having a day-night cycle, I'm going to go to bed and cycle through to morning. I have no idea what's going to happen in there, so I want to have an easy time when I come out. And I should probably not be holding the lighter while I do things, because I could very easily burn down my house. And knowing my luck, I totally will. Although that said, setting fire to my stuff could be... What is that? You guys see it, right? That black block looking thing? Oh, it's a skeleton! A skeleton wearing cool shades. A skeleton wearing cool shades who doesn't want me to get close. Oh, and a creeper! Do you know what? I think I'm going to try and show something off. You've seen how this game has monster infighting? If you can get a skeleton to kill a creeper, which is not a particularly easy thing to do, then something pretty great happens. And I hope that I can show it off to you guys. Oh, and yes I can! So you see how the creeper dropped a little iPod-looking thing? That's a music disc, one of the rarest items in the game. Now, usually they spawn in treasure chests, and even then it's something like a 2% chance to spawn. But if you get a skeleton to kill a creeper, it will pretty much always drop a record. Alright, let's take a look at what we scored. Chirp? Never heard of it. And I bought the soundtrack to the game, so you'd think I'd know it. Now see, there's one called Cat, and that's the one you want. That's the best record in the game. I say record, that's what they look like in the standard texture pack. And see, most of the records have cute little plunky tunes that really fit the tone of the game. And then you have Disc 11, which is a recording of the final moments of a man's life as he runs through a cave and gets caught by monsters. It is fantastically well executed because it comes out of nowhere. It's a moment of just pure and absolute horror in an otherwise cute little dopey Lego game. Oh, and it's the wibbly-wobbly scene transition from the 90s! I really hope this goes well. Well then, this is the Nether. Doesn't it look friendly and inviting? Whoa! Hey! Hi, how's it going? Okay, so you see that white thing? That is a ghast. And I used to think that they were pretty cute looking. And they kind of are pretty cute looking. Right up until they open their eyes and mouth and just... blood. And I'm... Oh no! Oh, that's not good. So... Okay, the ghast is spitting explosive fireballs, which track from quite a long way away, and apparently dodging the ones that I shoot back at it. That's not cool, game. And it's also backed off, so I can't hit it. Thus, I'm going to back off also and go to grab some resources. Now, this is nether wart, which is used to make potions. I don't know if I'm going to be doing much of that, if I do it at all, because you need another item from the nether, which I don't think I'm going to be able to get. Because basically, you have to find a fortress, fight your way to a particular monster, fight it and kill it, hope that it drops the item you need. Then you need to fight your way back out again. I mean, I mentioned how much I enjoy that as a trope. Less so in this environment. These guys are everywhere. Not hitting that one, though. And I think it might be time to execute Plan B. Run like extras in a Godzilla movie. Although with that said, I'm going to grab some of this. You can refine quartz and make it look pretty spiffy if you craft it in a certain way. And I'm also going to grab some netherrack, because you can also refine that and make it look pretty spiffy when you craft it in a certain way. Man, is it obvious that I'm panicking? Hopefully not. I mean, I'm less panicky because I brought along my lighter. I mean, if I hadn't, we'd be stuck here and it'd be game over, because you can't relight the portal without a lighter. You see, the game recommends shielding it with cobblestone, because it's immune to gassed fireballs, but I mean, surely just bring the tool that you need. It's a lot easier that way. Probably for the best, because you can imagine how that'd go if this were real. You know, you're trapped on some alien world, and your only route home is gone with no hope of recovery. That is some existential dread right there. Oh hey, I hit it back! That's the best way to... And now I'm on fire, so that's basically game over. Well, we had a good run, everybody. Just a shame I can't go back and look at my house one last time. What? Okay, I don't know how I did it, but apparently the fire went away, so now I have a chance of getting back home. Alright, how many arrows do I have? 8. Okay, I can do this. Unless I fall into a pit. Man, I joked about this before, and I'll say it again now. What do we say to the god of death? Not today! Yeah, take that, Ghast! I'm having precisely 0% of your shenanigans right about now. I'm gonna run home and hide, just like a hero would have done. Uh-oh! Well then! That was a demonstration both of the Nether and why I am in no hurry to return there. Ever! Man, that was scary. And it's also the reason why I built the portal as small as I did. Because the portal goes both ways. So I can go in, and nether stuff can come out. Which means that building a portal as small as I did means the entrance is only 2 blocks wide, and ghasts can't come through. Now, while I rest and let my ego recover, I think I'm going to do some building. I'm going to rebuild the stuff that the previous creeper attack blew up. I mean, I'm still committed to the idea of beautification in the town, so let's go ahead with some of that. Although this bit isn't really beautification, though, it's more like me putting back together the stuff that I broke. And I only just realized, I don't know what a lot of this stuff looked like. Like, you pass it so frequently that it just becomes the norm and you don't notice it, you know? Like, I think you went there? Well, you do now. Let's make a walkway outside of my house. Oh, and speaking of my house, let's go and deal with some of the stuff I picked out of the nether. It wasn't a total catastrophe after all. Wait a second, you're not the one that I wanted. There we go. So I will snag 5 of those. And... yeah, let's put the netherrack in the oven. This will create a stack of bricks, which I can compress into brick blocks. And I'm thinking about making a bricked floor in my house, rather than wool. I don't know, we'll see. Next, I'm going to plant the netherwort that we found. Netherwort can only grow in soul sand, and I just so happened to grab a handful of said before I left the nether. And it looks alright with this game skin. It's just cute with a little spiral on it. In the standard texture pack, it looks like a collection of screaming faces, which is never a good thing. Alright, just get rid of you. So in the PC version of the game, netherwort is only ever found inside a nether fortress, which is a pretty hard thing to have found in and of itself, but then you have to find long enough to find the greenhouse. Actually, I'm just going to dig a little more, because apparently I took more than I needed. Good times. But no, in the console version, the mushrooms will just grow on soul sand as it naturally appears about the nether. Also, fun little thing, anything walking on soul sand does so at half speed. Not entirely sure why, but that's how it's programmed. I mean, I think it's because it's from the nether, and pretty much nothing works as it should in there. Like, if you have a clock or a compass, it doesn't work, it just spins wildly. If you have a map, it just shows grey brown static. And my favourite one, forget that, because that is a smiling horse! Oh, don't be shy. Do it again. That looks super great. No. Yeah, anyways, if you bring a bed to the nether and take a nap, then the bed explodes. Because why wouldn't it? I don't know, I like the idea behind that. Just, there is a place, and there is just something inherently wrong with it. Again, it's one of the things that makes Silent Hill such a good location. Alright, you guys are coming along pretty nicely. Again, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with those bricks, but whatever I do, it's going to look super great. I don't know, I've been watching a friend of mine play Minecraft lately, and she mostly just burrows into the ground and builds a shelter out of the rock, rather than specifically build a house. So, I may be a filthy console peasant, but at least I live in a house and not a pile of dirt. Your move, Trish. Right, do you know what? I immediately do not like that being there. Like, it's going to be taunting me from here on in. I just know it. And I don't think this belongs here either, so I'm going to move you over somewhere. I think I'll use it as filler for a gap in the pit. Just have to go in for a little bit and see if I need to clear anybody out. Oh, and indeed I do! Yeah, so this is kind of overkill, but my sword won't reach down there, so yeah, you gotta make do with what you got. Man, I haven't... Nope, can't mine with a bucket, Andy. That's not how physics work. It's been a while since I've been down there, huh? Alright, you can go there, and you guys can go there. And that brings us to dusk, which I think is going to be how we'll finish off today's video. We're going to go for round 2 of our monster hunt. Because you know what? I'm still kind of sore about getting blown up in front of everyone when I was in the nether. So I'm going to take it out on some of the other monsters that are just here and about and easy. Now yes, some may say that makes me look like an absolute bully. And to that, I say that is because I am an absolute bully. The monsters deserve it. They're the ones who picked the fight to begin with. And I'm just going to patch up some of the gaps in the floor while we wait for the monsters to arrive. Or maybe not, because the blocks are going to fall into the pit. But that's alright though, we'll be okay without it. You know, it's always kind of cute to me to see the villagers hanging out together in their houses. I know they all have a male voice and all, but they can breed with one another, so the implication is there's some kind of weird andro gene. I don't know. Point is, you'll very often see them, 2 or more of them, sharing a house during the nighttime, and to me, that says that they're a family. And family means that I go and attack creepers with my sword. That's how that quote works, right? Oh, also, to finish the tangent I began in the last episode, I wanted to have the wooden balcony line up with the stone wall beneath it, but I also wanted to include vines on the edge of the balcony, and I don't want monsters to be able to climb up and into my house, so that's why the balcony is a little bit smaller than the garden. And now you know. And now I'm going to kill a spider. Man, slow night tonight. Maybe the game's decided to take it easy on me after my run-in with the ghast. Which I can appreciate, I suppose, but like, I'd sooner get rushed, because that way it's more exciting to play. Oh, and that was just rude. Cool looking. Just deftly sidestepping my arrow, but rude. As was blowing up before I could collect your bounty. Although to an extent, that was also me not playing the game particularly well. And you know what? I've got some time. Let's rebuild. Explosions delete blocks from the point of detonation, but the majority of it just gets dislodged, so you can pick it up and use it as if you'd mined it yourself. I mean, that's why we can put the hole back together. But as you see, it still has a few bits missing. And I just realized, when you fill a hole, it is still a hole. Man, the English language is stupid sometimes. That's worse than the that thing that I hate so much. And that creeper was having none of it. He was just piecing out before I even did anything. I don't think I'll rebuild this one. Not right now. Oh, yeah, especially not if there's a Skeleman over there. Leave my village alone! Why do you guys always go for the farms? Oh, and look at that, you've ruined the farm again. Skeletons, you continue to be the absolute worst of everything. Oh, and in my peripheral vision I see a spider going for the fountain, which is pretty handy, because it means I can use it for the other obvious purpose. Yes! Oh, wait, do you want some too? Because that can be arranged. Man, I think that one was even better because he was dead before he even went in. Like, it's just cathartic to add insult to injury sometimes. And I'm feeling justified and not completely psychotic when I say that, because not only was I dealing with monsters, but they were giant spiders. You just can't hurt those enough, you know? Like, zombies and skeletons, I don't mind so much. And I'm not entirely sure why, because that's stuff like... they are pretend monsters, you know? Spiders are real things that actually exist. And they're mostly harmless, too. And if you listen carefully to the previous sentence, you'll notice the bit where I implied that skeletons aren't real. Shut up, I have a skeleton, because I am a human, and not a swarm of highly trained bees in a trench coat. I mean, that's just silly now. Bees don't exist. Hey look, it's another skeleton! Oh, and this one's taking his pet spider for a walk. Time to ruin everything! Ah, good times. I told you, I'm a bully. You know, I wonder what the politics are in terms of monster interactions in society. Because there are skeletons that ride spiders. That's a monster spawn you can find in the game. Do skeletons have individual spiders of their own? Or do they just grab whatever? Oh, and that was a close one. Because seriously, it's very easy to go, they are the monsters, kill them because they are the monsters, and just ride it off like that. But it's a lot more interesting to me if the villains are a society, or at least if they have some kind of hierarchy. Oh, look at this! It's a sensational creeper triplets. That's a bad time if ever I saw one. Although I guess it's the creeper twins now. Are these guys particularly finicky tonight, or is that just me getting too reckless because of my adventures in the nether? Who knows? I know I'm going to clear you guys out, that's for sure. And that's 2, I guess. Yeah, I think I might take one more sweep of the village and go to bed. Because I'm bad at this tonight. And I'm only finding the standard monsters. I mean, for now. You know, I may get around to fixing those 2 craters at some point, but possibly the next episode, which I think I'm going to make into another interior decoration episode. And I'm also going to get rid of you, which in turn will possibly ruin the farm some more. Fixing that will also... oh, yeah, there it is. Ruined farmland. Tilled farmland is one of the changes between the PC and the console versions. Like, in the PC version, you destroy tilled land if you do anything other than sneak over it, while the console version, you or something have to jump on it. And are we clear? I think we might just be clear. Yeah, I think we are. Right, I'm going to take a nap and go through to the next day. And with that, we're just about done. Join us next time for some more Minecraft. And until next time, goodbye!